Who the f is Chuck Nunn?
Get the fuck up, let's get with it.
My bad.
join us. Come on, it is your destiny.
I bring both blades down into his body, into his gut, and I twist and I twist the blades. I look Bolseth right into the eye and say like, "I will never join the dark," And then
He like lifts up in his last ounce of strength and grabs you by the collar, and he says, "You will be with us soon enough. We're closer than you think." Alara is ready. Is there someone here willing to make the sacrifice?
It will not be me. And Kalindra leaves, walks out.
I look to the group. I guess she didn't love her daughter that much.
Well, this is awesome.
Guess birth is the only life she's gonna give that child.
Then, adventurers, I am sorry. It is not within my power just to restore her without some sacrifice. Well, hello there, little wolf. I don't think you're done yet. I feel the hunger within you. Do you want power? I will give it to you. Come, find me. Alara's body burst forward into the material plane, holding a battle axe of some kind. And a spirit energy just kind of profusely pouring from her body. And she is forced, ripped from the astral plane into the material. Now, I must go. My time in this world is short. And if I stay too long, there could be implications. Thank you, adventurers, and goodbye. Bye.
Wait, I have so many questions.
As we come back to our adventurers, you are still within the temple after the last happenings. And Alara, you all received some new magical items, and Alara has her nifty new axe from some sort of patron.
Well, that was weird.
How do you all feel?
I feel like I was just dead.
Same. Oh, that's because you've up.
But I feel stronger somehow. Stronger than I've ever felt before. It's weird.
Mm-hmm.
That does not sound ominous at all.
You know what they say, if it doesn't cure you, makes you stronger. Which makes this entire thing much more curious.
It's a drug. You ever partake? You ever partake in lotus, man? We got some black lotus, some white lotus. We got some red lotus, and some yellow lotus.
I would take the Black Lotus. That's like $2,000 for one card.
Yeah, I'll look and make sure no one's watching. So, wait. What's the lotuses again?
We have
Really good.
well, I don't know. Have you heard of lotus before?
No, all right. I guess I should start small.
The flames churn from orange to green. They dance and sway. A dark shape appears in the bonfire's core. We come from an ancient, this Stanimir says, we come from an ancient land whose name is long forgotten. A land of kings. Our enemies forced us from our homes, and now we wander the lost roads. The dark shape in the fire takes the form of a man being knocked from his horse, a spear piercing his side. One night, a wounded soldier staggered into our camp and collapsed. We nursed his terrible injury and quenched his thirst with wine. He survived. When we asked him who he was, he wouldn't say.
I assure you it was not me.
all he wanted was to return home, but we were deep in the lands of his enemies. We took him as one of our own and followed him back towards his homeland. His enemies hunted him. They said he was a prince, yet we didn't give him up, even when their assassins fell upon us like wolves. Deep in the bonfire, you see the dark figure standing with sword drawn, fighting off a host of shadowy shapes. This man of royal blood fought to protect us, as we protected him. We bore him safely to his home, and he thanked us. He said, I owe you my life. Stay as long as you wish, leave when you choose, and know that you will always be safe here. The figure in the dancing fire vanquishes its final foe, then disperses in a cloud of smoke and embers. A curse has befallen our noble prince, turning him into a tyrant. We alone have the power to leave his domain. We've traveled far and wide to find heroes such as yourselves to end our lord's curse and put his troubled soul to rest. And it's at this that the flames' haunting and mesmerizing gaze just lingers, and you sort of get like swept in, and you all of a sudden are like the fire itself, moving and swaying, and the mist that was outside of the camp starts to come in and surround till all of your senses are overwhelmed and you can't perceive the world around you. And suddenly, as if like in a twisting vortex or tornado, everything's wished away, and suddenly the mist just kind of disperses to the outer reaches, and you are on a road, a different road, with no one around you. It's just you adventurers surrounded by the mist. Huge iron gates hang on the stonework. Dew clings with cold tenacity to the rusted bars. Two headless statues of armed guardians flank the gate, their heads now lying among the weeds at their feet. They greet you only with silence. Goosebumps. You guys end up walking through the doors, the gates, and as you come through the gates...
Do you think? I'm going to mute myself real quick.
Okay. As you go through the gates, they close behind you, locking you in. The foul scent leads you to a human corpse,
Wow.
half buried
Thanks, Felix.
in the underbrush, about 15 feet from the road. The young man appears to be a commoner. His muddy clothes are torn and raked with claw marks. Crows have been at the body, which is surrounded by the paw prints. The man has obviously been dead for several days. He holds a crumpled envelope in his one hand. Hail thee of might and valor. I, the burgomaster of Barovia, send you honor with despair. My adopted daughter, the fair Irina Kuliana, has been these past nights bitten by a vampire. For over 400 years, this creature has drained the life blood of my people. Now my dear Irina languishes and dies from an unholy wound caused by this vile beast. He has become too powerful to conquer. So I say to you, give us up for dead. give us up for dead, and encircle this land with the symbols of good. Let holy men call upon their power that the devil may be contained within the walls of Weeping Barovia. Leave our sorrows to our graves and save the world from this evil fate of ours. There is much wealth entrapped in this community. Return for your reward after we are all departed for a better life. Kulian Inderovich. Though you hear the wolves still pursuing you in the distance, getting closer and closer.
So, Asmovian pops out of the bag, but for a moment, Asmovian looks a little bit different, as they don't have any armor, any weapons, or anything, and instead have the cuckoo mechanical bird emblazoned and imprinted in their chest. And then out comes the real Asmovian from the bag. That's right. There's two Asmovians now, bitches.
As you
fucking grab some tufts of hair and I pierce that shit and I just BAM on the ground.
Yeah, as you grab and you go to like pierce the wolf with its horns, they sink into its skin and its flesh and bone, and yet the wolf then just kind of cackles as if laughing, and then sort of like in a maneuver, it's kind of like pulling itself and like squirming its head and its mouth to like kind of bite at you from behind your horns, and with each progressive like kind of like chomping of its mouth, it's like pushing the horns further and further into its own body until it gets to the point where it can actually bite like your face, and then it just kind of disappears into mist.
Yeah, let's try to find this city. Let's kill some vampires.
As you head further down the road, tall shapes loom out of the dense fog that surrounds everything. The muddy ground underfoot gives way to slick, wet cobblestones. The tall shapes become recognizable as village dwellings. The windows of each house stare out from pools of blackness. No sound cuts the silence except for mournful sobbing that echoes through the streets from a distance. There's not like... It's not bustling or hustling. There's no real people around the streets. They seem to be shut in their houses, what ones might be lived in. It's hard to say. There's boarded up windows and doors, shabby houses. You see some smoke plumes coming from various chimneys that might hint at some life inside. Suddenly you hear the sound of small wooden wheels rolling across damp cobbles. You trace the lonely sound to a hunched figure bundled in rags, pushing a rickety wooden cart through the fog.
Is the cart laden with dead people?
No, it actually appears...
Bring out your dead.
No, the cart actually appears to have some kind of little pastries on it.
I approach and express interest in said pastries.
I'm just an old lady. I'm just trying to serve my pastries. Would you like a drink?
I would like one of your pastries. Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
it's 1 gold piece we're in. Sure to give you a good night's sleep and not a night full of nightmares. From the smell that wafts up from the pies, you can tell that it's some kind of meat-filled pastry.
I'm usually a pretty angry guy, but like I feel pretty good. Yeah.
It's just then now as you like gaze off up into the sort of horizon that you notice as the mist starts to clear. You can see Castle Ravenloft up in the far distance in silhouette. Fare thee well.
Fare thee well. when she's not looking, I'd like to snag another meat pie.
As you go to slice another pastries, a hand that seems more dexterous than beyond her years sort of snaps out and kind of chops your hand right at the wrist and stops you right before you get the pastry. She goes, ah, ah, ah.
And then I just kind of smile and look at her. I'm like,
Well, you know.
As you go down the road, a soft whimpering draws your eyes towards a pair of children standing in the middle of an otherwise lifeless street.
Where are your parents, younglings?
After shushing the boy, the girl turns to you and says, "There's a monster in our house." She then points to a tall brick row house that has seen better days. Its windows are dark. It has a gated portico on the ground floor, and the rusty gate is slightly ajar. The houses on either side are abandoned, their windows and doors boarded up. We don't know what kind of monster, but we've heard its terrible howls. Our parents keep the monster trapped in the basement. They're inside, trying to defeat the monster, but we haven't heard from them in quite a long while.
All right, you kids stay here. We'll go take a look.
Yes, they're probably dead, but we'll do what we can. I mean, like, it's
Nice
okay,
doggy.
so don't even worry about it.
Oh, nice
They're
snow.
totally still alive, children.
As
and I
you
just pat one of their heads.
Oh.
It's a walk back.
as
I'm
you
probably just
go
saying hi to them.
over to the house, this is the walkway that you see. Lightning noises that I didn't have time
Man.
to sequence or anything. getting ready to start. This is gonna be fun. We got one person potentially. But the
two
most
Hello,
important people
person.
is us.
Welcome to the madness.
I wonder who that person could be. It's totally not someone in the cast acting as well.
Oh yeah, it's
Oh,
totally not me. It's definitely me.
I used to be ignorant.
All right. Nope. Oh, didn't. Oh.
Dude. That's funny. I loaded Roll20 up really quickly,
everybody.
but my character sheet is lagging ass.
Oh, damn.
Classic.
My name's Fletcher, and I'm clinically depressed. Do. Boop.
Oh, well, that's sad. But we can cheer everybody up with some Dungeons and Dragons. Although we're playing one of the most morbid modules there is.
Yes.
I know more than 2 people that have shit themselves while drunk.
More you know.
I have I put a delay on our audio to hopefully match better with our video because we always had the audio coming in before the video. I guess I should take a look at that. Ha ha ha.
Ha 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 ha. He. Whoa. What's up? Couple girls DJing.
Oh, you went on Twitch.
That's a weird outfit, I'm not gonna lie. It's a shirt that fails to be a shirt, and then there's just a sports bra.
Like, we got 3 viewers, but it's probably just us.
Is it kind of like in Seinfeld where Elaine's tired of her coworker like dressing too revealy and like never wearing a bra, so she gets her a bra for her birthday, and her coworker wears the bra as the top?
I mean, basically, like the crop top goes above the boobs, and so there's literally just a hole for cleavage, and then the sports bra, which is just like it's just an interesting look. The first time I've seen it. I forgot they put RoboCop in Mortal Kombat 11.
Yes, they did.
Yep, they
Yeah,
did.
Okay.
Yeah, I just got that.
The mythology behind Mortal Kombat is so confusing and bizarre and kind of awesome, but at the same time weird.
How's
Oh yeah, you can also play the Terminator. So.
Huh.
Yeah, and then in Mortal Kombat 10, you could play as the Xenomorph, better known as the Alien, and Jason Voorhees and Leatherface. And I'm gonna be honest, the Xenomorph and Leatherface were really broken. Jason Voorhees is pretty broken because you just choose to resurrect. So I think he had a 50% chance of resurrecting.
For anyone who can
every time
mute this easily, I can't and listen. Can you mute Zoom and then just see how it sounds on Twitch real quick? On Twitch real quick.
Stream is being weird. Oh, okay. Watch now.
Does it look like it kind of matches? Not at all.
I guess the whole random characters thing makes sense because you could play as Yoda and Darth Vader and Soul Calibur at one point.
Oh yeah.
Because I can just set them back to 0.
Yeah, they just like to do that,
really
randomly throw in some weird characters.
Yeah.
You could also play as the Joker.
Oh yeah, they did that too.
Is anyone testing? Seeing? How is it?
I'm not sure.
I'm putting my thumb up now.
Well, I mean, hold on. I'm
It
still
sounds good to me. I think it sounds good to me.
Like it's lined up with my actions?
Oh, your audio?
Yeah.
No, it's about 5 seconds behind.
The audio
it's a little choppy for me. I can't really tell. I think my internet's shit.
The audio's 5 seconds behind.
Yeah, the stream quality for me is pretty choppy. So.
Maybe it's better. that I just put them back to 0. Well, I can try 1,000.
So either all seven of us are watching, or we actually.
Good question. Oh, nope, not 100. Let me try one.
I choose to believe.
Still trying.
Monster Hunter Mondays and World Wednesdays.
Today Tuesday.
Yeah.
You want
He's
to
reading my
watch.
things.
You want to support
I was
us.
excited for tomorrow.
Yeah, I am so excited. I want to slay more shit, dude. I finally slayed Call of Taroth like a couple days ago because I got carried. My character is just amazing. It's just a penguin head and like just like the tightest leather briefs that you could possibly get. And it's such a good set. Oh, it's so dumb.
Yeah. Man, I keep looking on how
Do
to
it for
get
the
rid of like
sauce.
this lag and stuff, and this is the best way I could find so far to help a little bit is at least the audio is doing the sync offset, but I can't get that correct, it seems. And then
Yeah, I don't know what it is. When you edit the footage, Tyler,
no.
Is it like a nice continuous stream, or is it all clippy and choppy with all of
Well,
us?
I mean, so as far as I can tell, I seem to be the only one that has the problem with our. When I'm looking at everyone else's stuff, the video is our video lags behind our audio significantly, and then it's a little choppy, or pretty choppy. But I think that's also because probably not everyone's like plugged into their modem, and like.
Oh, I'm definitely not plugged into my modem.
Yeah, that would help. You gotta have good internet. I mean, we're all having different internet connections, and we're all going into different places, and then I'm like collecting it and shooting it out. But I don't know. When I do it through Zoom, it's behind the video is behind with the audio. Well, that's when I capture the Zoom window and put it into Streamlabs. At least that's like. I don't know. I've been hitting my head against the wall, and I've been trying to ask other people, and I haven't gotten answers yet. Other than trying to sync up just the audio a little more with the video, but I'm not sure that I did that correctly. I might have it the wrong direction or something. I don't know.
Well,
but people say you can get away with your video not being completely great as long as the audio sounds good, which it sounds fine. Our audio's fine. When I edit the video, I can shift it usually, and the audio will match up better with the images. And it's about like a 5-second difference or something like that. No, less than that actually.
If the audio is the important part, because this is essentially acting as like a podcast. In that way.
Can I do minus?
Okay, well, I'm gonna be back in 5 minutes. Back in 5 minutes. That's just an estimation. I'm gonna close the door, get my lighting better, do a couple things.
Okay.
Are we starting like now?
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I was gonna check one last thing. I'm just gonna make sure. I think I figured it out.
Well, yeah. Well, guess what? While you're checking that last thing, I'm gonna close the door and make myself look pretty.
You got it. Wait, what? Oh no. I'm not. As I said, I'm in Arizona, so I'm not able to have my normal setup. And right now, the stream just crapped on me. I don't know if anyone else is doing the same thing.
It looks fine to me.
Oh, it's still going? Okay.
On the Twitch stream, me and Fletcher have changed spots.
Oh, snaps.
You did. Yes.
Well,
it's a little
okay.
harsh, I'm gonna be honest.
I'll see. Hang on one second.
In case you guys couldn't tell, I'm Caucasian.
Can you guys hear this?
Yes.
On Twitch.
No, through Zoom. Can you hear?
From the Twitch stream.
Oh, nope, not Twitch stream. No, you guys. What the heck? Wait, you guys hear? You guys don't hear anything right now, do you? On Zoom?
No.
I do. I hear music. Oh, not on Zoom. I hear something on the screen.
It's like the land or something.
I hear music on the screen.
Are you serious? I thought I like figured it out. I was so happy, and I needed to use this for the adventure. Oh. Can you hear it now? There it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh man.
That's really heavy and loud, but it's intense. Oh shit! Look at that. There's at least 3 other people watching.
Hey, thanks guys. Thanks for watching. Ah. Ah.
Ja, was up? We're a bunch of professionals.
That'll work.
I'm not gonna lie. The German dialect is starting to get grating.
On your voice or on your psychiatry?
On my psyche. On my psyche. Like I get halfway through the stream and I'm like, God damn it, why did I choose the German fucking cow?
All right, so
why couldn't I just be like, I am cowman?
Is this? Oh yeah.
Find a spell that can change your voice.
Yeah,
there
or
you
maybe
go.
like when I get enraged, I'm like, I don't know. I have to decide something.
So you could also, whenever you're under drugs, just be like, "Oh yeah, I'm now dog meat, the magnificent."
Guys, don't even worry. You sound like really calm. I am very high right now. You lost your accent. I did. That's weird.
all right.
All right. Time for Fletcher to shit a bunch of dice.
A very good friend of mine, artist, did all these customized avatars based off of our characters' descriptions, and I have made the new overlay thusly, and here it is. Boom! People are in the wrong place at the moment. But
how could you tell?
I can fix that. But there they are.
Oh wait,
they're beautiful.
Yeah.
Go back.
Oh hell yeah!
Look at my nickel bolas horns. I look amazing.
I thought you said nipple bolas for a second.
Nipples.
Oh wait, you're gonna kill all the planeswalkers, bro? You're gonna dominate? More like nipple bolas.
And they look beautiful, and everyone is
They
beautiful.
look so good.
And
I'm a
super
beautiful
fantastic.
butterfly.
We're a good-looking bunch.
It looks sick.
These characters look fucking amazing.
I want to go backpacking with Cornelius.
Yes.
Backpacking with Cornelius and going to a bunch of craft breweries sounds like the best time.
I
Like,
know.
come, boy. Come.
It's like the most
Let's
graphic
explore.
version of Yukon Cornelius, like weird fanfic, like that makes him oddly sexual.
Right? Absolutely.
Well, I was
What
gonna
did you-
say, for your fanfic, you've now got 2 Asmovians to work with, Aaron.
Oh, you see the hands going up.
So wait, like, how does that work? Can you like build an army of Asmovians?
I can only build 1 right now.
Gets one Iron
Right
Defender at the
now.
moment.
Why?
At the
Right
moment.
now?
Right
Oh
meow.
la la.
Right meow.
Right, meow.
You know, like, it used to be okay with me, but in Monster Hunter World now, whenever I hear the Palicos call me Meowster, it like really makes me uncomfortable. I'm like, you need to stop.
So you're saying we all should call you Meowster right now, Fletcher?
Oh yeah, I totally get my rocks off.
I
Okay, I
don't
hear
like
some
that
throat
sound.
singing. I hear throat singing.
Yes. So last time we met our adventurers, you ran into some children, and they claimed that there was a monster in the house. which you guys proceeded to cavalierly venture into the house. And upon entering, the doors closed behind you and thusly locked you away. And from the depths of the house below, you hear. It's only slight clipping.
This is my butthole before that sound. This is my butthole after that sound.
You guys.
You strike no fear into my heart.
You guys appear to be in some kind of main hall with a black marble fireplace at one end and a sweeping red marble staircase at the other. Mounted on the wall above the fireplace is a longsword with a windmill cameo worked into the hilt. The wood-paneled walls are ornately sculpted with images of vines, flowers, nymphs, and satyrs. But upon closer inspection, you can see serpents and skulls inconspicuously woven into the wall designs. The decorative paneling follows the staircase as it circles upward to the second floor. And,
Could we go up the stairs?
Okay.
Yeah.
you hear this noise coming from, the building, or the door yonder here.
Yeah, this is definitely haunted. Definitely haunted.
Guys, can you hear me? There's a very frightening dinner party happening. It was deafening.
Oh, can you not hear it anymore?
Oh, this makes more sense.
Let's go investigate the dinner party.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's do it.
I mean, I can.
All
speak
right.
You guys, who enters first?
Well, wait. First, I want to inspect the. I want to inspect that greatsword that's mounted on the wall.
All right.
One might say I investigate it.
I will give it to you that it is just a typical longsword of. Yeah, it is a typical longsword of no apparent value, and you can't detect any kind of magic. I mean, it's very ornately done and emblazoned with a windmill.
This is a very pretty sword, but this is only for decoration.
Yeah.
Why would anyone display anything that isn't battle-worn, woven with history? Makes no sense to me.
Does the windmill sigil look like a family crest kind of sigil, or is it just like a windmill?
Yeah, you would see it. It kind of looks like a family emblem.
Is it possible to see if I know this family emblem? Like maybe it's a royal house from history or something?
You can roll a history check. And would you say would Osmovian have some kind of data banks from hundreds of years ago?
Osmovian's read books on pretty much everything, whether it was important or not. So
okay.
They at one point probably just sat down with a book of people of royalty, not knowing whether it was important or not, and just to read something.
Okay, go ahead and roll a religion check.
16 history.
From what you can deduce is that it and the craftsman and the workmanship is that it possibly could have it looks very similar to emblems that may have been created hundreds of years ago.
Okay.
As a family crest.
This sword is possibly hundreds of years old. In fact, this entire house may be.
Oh, I should have described in more detail. The house is very clean and pristine, inviting. All the torches are lit and oil lamps, and it's a like very elegant mansion. I'll
Tyler,
reiterate that.
out of character, you could you maybe consider turning down the background audio?
Which audio?
Clankety clank, yappity yap.
The like the dinner
ambiance
party
noise?
thing. Yeah,
Just
maybe all of it, just a wee bit, because it's a little aggressive and it's hard to hear everyone else, including yourself.
Okay.
And I don't know how that's reflecting on the stream.
Is this better?
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, that's better. That's perfect.
Can you still hear ambience and stuff?
Yeah.
I can hear like
hear it,
the
but I can
clinking
hear
and shit.
everyone- I can hear you better, Tyler. now.
Okay. Oh, okay. Sorry, anyone watching. So you have a very elegant mansion, pristine condition, clean floors, elaborately designed, and beautiful, and well kept, and all the torches are lit, and light is filling all the rooms and that you can see thus far, and it is nice.
Just like we were transported to another world.
Okay. With my animal ears, where does this dinner party sound seem to be emanating from? The second floor?
No, this door north of you guys.
Well, I'll check out the door.
And I will follow.
Oh,
Wait, so,
well, now I see.
yeah. Can we see through it all if we just get close up there without actually going in?
Or like peek in.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm a small target.
the map's not too important. I mean, you can just say you're going
Okay.
through the door, and I'll describe exactly what goes down. So,
Hey, Tyler, quick question. Are we supposed to see the map on Roll20, or is it supposed to be all darkness?
you should be able to see, unless I didn't give you vision.
I don't see shit.
Objects.
Oh, you gotta move your person.
Oh, if you click your
There we
person.
go.
If you click your
I
person,
don't
can
even
you
see me.
Oh wait, no. Okay, hang on.
Everything's hidden
For
from
some
me.
reason, it's not letting me move Alara right now.
No. Oh boy.
Is everyone else able to move their character?
Oh, why is your vision not on?
No, I
I
can't
can
move
move.
nor
That's
see
dumb.
anything.
Yeah, I can.
Well, I can't see, therefore I can't move.
Somebody also should be admitting light.
Here we go. Now I can see.
I
Cool.
see a little bit of light, like where we are right now is lit, and then I can peek into the room a little bit. That's why I was asking if like we could just like creep up and kind of stealthily peek into the room.
Yeah.
I think it's. I mean, it's. Who can anyone? Can someone not? Does someone only see blackness? So
I see everything now.
everyone can generally see.
Yeah,
I can.
but I
Okay.
can't move her.
You can't.
Likewise,
Are you sure
I
it says
can't
that
move.
you should be able to move your person?
Like I'm clicking on her and like nothing's happening. It'll like select it like this. You guys can see the circle, but
Yeah.
not letting me.
Are you on
Worst
the? Oh, you can't change which level you're on or anything. Basic, dog meat. You guys can. I can remove them, and you can try dragging your character onto the screen from your journal, and that might work.
What?
I, mean,
Try it.
I can move my guy. I can move Cornelius.
Okay,
I'm
so
going
go
up the
ahead and
stairs.
you guys go.
Yeah,
I
I can
go.
move my too. Oh, I was staring in the looks like a dining room.
Sorry, hang on. Okay, so as soon as you open the door, the noise stops. From what Felix can see, if he's the only one peering through the door, is there is a lavish feast before you. There's tons of food that smells delicious and looks appetizing and elegant. Oh my gosh, and there's 3 Alaras on the page right now
Oh,
that I can see. No, yeah.
It didn't look like it was loading, so I kept trying.
She really wants to make her fanfic work.
Where did
This is
Yukon
just
go?
kidding. There could be multiple Asmopians.
I think Yukon went upstairs.
I don't know what I'm doing.
There he is.
Where am I?
My back.
I just I can move her now. Yay.
I didn't know. I didn't know I could literally take the stairs.
Oh, did you?
I did. I mean, I went up them.
Were you up in the second floor?
I have no idea. I mean, can you guys see me now? I don't know.
Yeah, I see you. I see you.
I can't see
Oh yeah,
anything.
I literally went down. It's so funny because I went up the stairs. Yeah, and I guess I disappeared.
Oh, can I?
Wait, did it like go black for you, or did you see the second
Oh, now-
stairs?
I technically,
Now-
I don't think I saw any of you guys.
Oh, okay.
So I think I was on the second floor, but
Interesting. Okay.
yeah, I don't know.
So, Dogmeat, in your journal, you should be able to pull your. Oh, there you are. Oh, okay. Sorry.
What's the journal?
You're on there. Never mind. Hang on 1 second. I just have to give you your token the ability to see. Technical issues.
Guys, it's dark and I'm alone. I
There'll
don't like
always be a
swimming.
lone dog meat.
Okay, you can see. Me.
Yeah, I am.
Oh wait, this is the grabby hand. Let me
There you
use
go.
that.
Okay.
Ah, sweet serendipitous bliss.
All
I can move.
together. Yeah.
We're together. The gang's all back together.
Yay!
Ooh, woo.
Right. So, Felix.
That's the mirror.
The sound stopped as soon as he opens the door, and you see that the centerpiece of this wood-paneled dining room is a carved mahogany table surrounded by 8 high-backed chairs with sculpted armrests and cushions. There's a lavish feast on the table with a full turkey, mashed potatoes, various vegetables,
Cranberry sauce.
Cranberry sauce. It just looks like a brilliant feast, and it smells delicious, and it's very alluring. A crystal chandelier hangs above the table, which is covered with resplendent silverware and crystalware polished to dazzling shine. Mounted above the marble fireplace, mahogany framed painting of an alpine vale. Looking closer, you can see twisted faces carved into the tree trunks and wolves lurking amid the carved foliage.
It smells like food.
Red silk drapes cover the windows, and a tapestry depicting hunting dogs and horse-mounted aristocrats chasing after a wolf hangs from an iron rod bolted to the south wall.
Yeah, I think this is a trap.
Yeah, can I?
Would you like a guidance spell?
I mean, are we going to walk into there? I mean, like, we could find another way.
You know what? I have a way. Can I
Yeah.
try something?
Okay.
All right. I just go in.
Son of a.
Just
Alright.
push open the door and walk in brazenly.
Nothing happens.
follow.
It's the
follow
food's there.
All right.
I walk around the table
Yeah.
and I sit at what I assume is the head chair of the table. I sit down boldly.
Oh no.
I'm gonna do a perception check on this food to see if I can smell or notice anything unusual about it.
And in that time, I'm
Oh, dang.
You're already
Well,
eating it,
oh,
aren't
got
you?
11.
I grab a turkey leg.
Oh shit!
I feel like the parents in Spirited Away.
I know, right?
Oh,
Can I investigate?
shut
the
up,
food?
Chihiro. It's okay.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Daddy's got money.
You may go ahead.
I'm going to investigate the food too.
Much of a change.
Oh, that's rolled it twice for some reason.
From what can
Everyone seems to be perceiving and investigating something I'm not.
From what can be told, there is appears to be nothing wrong with the food. It just smells delicious and looks like very appetizing.
I don't know what's wrong with you guys. There's free food here. It sounded like a dinner party. Okay.
I never tried.
Yeah.
And I take a big of the turkey leg. How does it taste, Tyler?
Oh, it's very delicious, savory, juicy, and good. Does
There's
anyone? Does
like the juices of the turkey are dripping down my fur.
Yeah.
from
Does
my mouth.
does anybody else want to try any of the food?
Because we're at anybody like a flower crown.
What about the
Make
what?
a flower crown for anybody who wants one.
Oh, you make a flower crown? Okay.
I'm okay. I mean,
I'm
would-
sulking
would-
in a corner watching everyone, my arms crossed.
I
I
will
would
have a
love
flower
a
crown.
flower crown.
Yeah, likewise.
Okay.
All
Hold on.
right. Dog meat.
I'm using my Jewed
yeah,
craft
I definitely don't eat the food.
flower crown.
Roll a wisdom check.
Well, I am super wisdom check. Wait, check. I got it.
Must be finding
This-
some monster that had these kids' parents. You guys are eating right now, really?
Or I guess it'd be a perception check.
You say you guys, and you reference only dog meat.
Well,
You
I
could
mean,
just say dog meat.
yeah. Whoever
I thought the rest of you were starting to eat too. Is he the only one?
No.
Okay.
who is
I'm not touching that.
who is eating the food? So dog meat, you feel compelled to like just gorge yourself on the food. You just like go
Oh,
to
bro,
town.
that's good.
You go ham.
I keep going at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I take it like okay.
Leben.
And then I just grab the whole turkey, like I just the plate, and I just like.
You guys should try this bird.
I really
Yukon,
don't think you should.
Yukon, you are an
I've
experienced
already
monster
have.
hunter.
Yes.
Have you ever experienced anything, such as a well-furnished house with food, when you are told there is a monster about? This seems peculiar to me, yet I do not have enough experience to know.
I've heard about these things. They call it a B&B.
Sounds terrifying.
It's catering.
I'll rip this B&B's throat out.
For us.
Probably
Monster's still here and just strike. Just stroke, and these people were just alive.
Well, I need energy.
Or
yeah,
there's some magic. afoot.
Yeah, the magic is in the cookie.
Stop eating it, dog meat, damn it.
I don't want to.
yeah, you should stop.
About a minute goes by, and then as dog meat's filling himself up, suddenly the feast disappears, vanishes, revealing it to be rotted foul meats infested with maggots and stale bread stuffed with weevils.
Oh. Oh.
Like I said,
I'm glad we didn't eat anything.
magic.
Yeah, I made the right choice there.
Dog meat, make a Constitution check.
Okay, I'm gonna argue. I do have multiple stomachs. Does this give me advantage?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Oh shit! Yeah.
What'd you get?
And I got after my tuition.
Oh, jeez. Oh, wait, your first one was a critical fail.
Wait, I did have advantage.
Oh, you did. But it was a crit fail. I don't know.
I had advantage though.
Okay.
Dog meat's dead.
But I need you to also roll a D100.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Those are the fun rolls.
Yes, that is true.
I do not
just
understand what the
one.
problem is. It looks as good as it just
That
did.
could either be really good or really bad.
As a robot, Asmovian has no problem with change. Like, they're just like, food is food, is it not? Were we all supposed to see that chat? Or just
No,
Fletcher?
it was just Fletcher.
Oh.
Did everyone just see?
No, only you
second
see.
message.
Oh, the second message. They saw the second one.
No, wait, but what did you guys see?
Asmovian saw nothing, so Asmovian just picks up some food, like crumbles it in their hand, and just stares around and is like, "This
Am I
is
still-
what flesh
st-
people eat, is it not?"
Am I still eating it? Or
Well,
did I stop?
now you should be doing what I just messaged you.
Okay.
You know, it's not the worst things that I've eaten.
I don't even want to know what else you've eaten.
Well, this is an
Boy.
unexpected turn of events.
Stop your crying. You act like you've never eaten maggots before.
I have. That's why I'm crying. Oh, life was so hard.
As Mobian's just gonna pat dog meat on his back a little bit too hard and just go, there.
I like the way you did that. Oh, this is such a silly place.
Someone throw us coffee juice.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Laura, are those your cousins?
So,
Oh,
we should probably get out of this room.
so loud in here.
I'm gonna throw a guidance cantrip.
Who you giving guidance to? So those wolves that you heard, the noises, seem to be coming across the hall from outside the room.
Oh, great.
Quick question. Vesimir's still with us, right? Or is Vesemir, like, not with us at all?
That's right, I am, boy. I'm right behind you.
Yeah, he's still here.
Vesemir, as the more experienced one, perhaps you would like to lead the way into the dangerous hallway.
Ah.
Do it together.
Come on, Felix. Let's go check it out.
All right. Yeah.
And I take another
I got your
handful of the
back.
maggot-ridden thing. I'm just like,
You guys got this.
I found them
just
out.
can't stop it.
There are wolves in here. You guys need my help.
Probably.
I think I heard the wolves coming from this door over here.
okay, I stand up abruptly, and I just charge out of the room, frightened, like moving the table. Run out.
Can you pull it together?
We've lost him.
This is not like me.
Can someone calm him down, please?
That seems like your area of expertise. Not so good with the people. Is he a people?
Yeah.
He's a thing. Yeah.
I'm a person. What is the matter with you? So
You're not a person, you're a species. You're beings, yes, but not a person.
Oh, wow.
You guys are so mean.
We suddenly got speciesist. You know?
A person is literally a human, boy. You're not a human. I'm
Biped
literally half
of
a
person.
I'm half elf, half person.
Person has feelings, and I am experiencing these feelings very strongly now.
Yeah, okay, a lot of us are not.
I think you're cursed. I think you're probably cursed.
All right. Well, we should probably deal with that.
Would you like
I
to
got your
lead the
back.
way, Laura? They're speaking your language.
Tyler.
Do you
how
got? What are you trying to do?
How do I whisper to you?
You do
Oh, it's like
backslash W, then you space, then
Space.
you start to type my name, which would be nobody, and then you select it,
Or GM.
and then you space or GM, and then you. I mean, I don't know how it comes up for me, but there you go.
You could always chat him on the Zoom.
Everyone will see on the Zoom.
No, you can private chat on Zoom.
You can
Oh.
chat on Zoom.
But I think that's more things Trying to keep track of. Tyler, can I make out any like words that these wolves are saying, or are they just kind of howling in?
No, they just seem to be crying out. It's just a general cry out sound howl that you hear coming from the door that you're right by.
Okay.
Do you want to go through the door?
Yeah.
All right.
Might as well.
As you go to open the door,
Right.
glowing red eyes, glistening fangs, and a low, menacing growl as you see 3 wolves ready to pounce.
Yo, hey.
Roll for let's roll for initiative.
Oh my
I
god,
don't
it
think
was so
they want
loud.
to talk to you.
Quickly, roll for initiative.
All right, I roll.
Hey, everybody.
I usually try to talk to them.
Oh shit. Okay.
Oh.
Is Daddy's baby show? Is Daddy's baby
14.
show?
9.
Boom.
Honestly, I kind of hope that Doc Meat
Look,
gets a
you don't
low
want-
initiative roll.
Damn it all to hell.
Yes.
You got 16.
Wow.
She got 16.
That's the best.
That makes a lot of sense. I'm not gonna lie.
23. Zombie.
Excuse me.
What'd you get, Alara?
Where? Oh, did it not go through? Okay.
I didn't see it.
I don't think it came.
5.
So,
But
Yukon's doing the best out of all of us, it looks like.
All right. Yukon, you're up first. What do you do?
I just want to be clear. There's no reasoning with these screaming beasts, correct?
Right.
well, I mean, you guys need to let me try, at least.
I will let you try, and I can
Okay.
back up for you because I can have the speak with animals spell if you need backup.
I also have I would like to use my spell, my animal friend spell. Animal friendship.
Animal friendship. You have an animal friendship spell?
Yeah.
You
Spell,
do.
All right.
spell
Well,
that you can convince
Tyler,
beasts.
can I just try to talk with them?
These wolves seemed that they can't be reasoned with.
All right. Then they won't even respond to me.
No,
Right?
they are not responding to any kind of talking or conversing with them or
And I
any
can't, they're
communication.
not saying anything else that I can discern either.
No. Yes.
All right. Well, looks like we have to fight them, but
Let me- Okay, I tried to reason with them. They're dead.
no, I was gonna say you guys better not hurt them.
I've
Like,
got a.
seriously
Well, I
hurt
would
them.
like to cast my animal friendship spell to see if it works.
All right, do it. Try to.
Alright,
I
Here
don't
we go.
think I've never met a wolf that wanted to be friends.
Yeah, I know.
Human,
Yeah.
but go for it.
They just have to do a Constitution save or something or
It
something.
says right here, their spell lets you convince a beast that you mean no harm. Choose a beast so you can see within range. It must see and hear you. If the beast's intelligence is 4 or higher, the spell fails. Otherwise, the beast must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be charmed by you for the spell's duration.
Cornelius, you can recall from your last run-in with wolves that they are pretty smart for animals and would be above if this world did consist of statistics and numbers, it would be above a 4.
Blast. Looks like it's time to die. Think I pull out my soul strike, right? And I pull
Don't
out
kill
my
them.
shield, right? And I guess can I taunt them? I don't know. Okay. I don't know. It just says don't kill them. Do I swipe? Swipe or no swiping?
Yeah,
Do I
You
attack?
can go ahead and say you want to attack without trying to kill. No intention of killing.
Okay. Then let's
Non-lethal.
Do that.
Non-lethal.
Let's go for a
The
knockout
non-lethal
blow.
fight.
I want to knock this these wolves are out. All right,
Yeah, we can knock them out for sure.
so yeah. So then, can I just do an attack roll, or
Yeah.
what is it?
Yeah, just go ahead and attack with one of your. If that's what you want to do, attack with one of.
Yeah. Here we go. Soul strike.
I don't even know. Oh, you're probably behind somebody right now.
Oh snap!
Oh, it's a critical strike.
Damn.
But
Whoa, shit! That's
So-
not gonna get knocked out.
Looks like I knocked his head right off.
yeah, Cornelius.
knocked it out.
So
I'm
Cornelius,
sorry, Laura. I
sensing
don't know my own strength. No,
Cornelius sensing danger, was on high alert, and he like bursts forward and pushes Laura to the side, and comes up just in time to slash right through the wolf's neck. The first blow lands, and there is a massive burst of sawdust and cotton. There's a sliced off head of a stuffed wolf on the floor. The wolves are stuffed. They're not real. Ooh! All of a sudden they're stuffed.
Well, we can kill him. This is fine.
There. So I need you both. I need you two to roll a D100.
Ooh. Laura and I.
Yes. Well, yeah.
Yay!
Yes.
That doesn't mean anything good.
32. Good year.
What an excellent year.
I'm 99. Wow. You got a 1 in 100 chance. All right.
You have a 1 in 100 chance for any of the numbers.
I
but
know,
yes.
Osmovian. I know. Right? Never tell me the odds, Osmovian.
Unless you're me, and then you have 50% chance of fucking botching.
Upon the realization that they're stuffed wolves, Alara faints from the fright of like seeing the head decapitated.
Oh damn.
Oh.
Oh no.
It's too close to home for her.
She's out.
And meanwhile, Cornelius, this is what happens to you from the shock that I sent you in the whispers.
Oh, in the whispers.
On roll 20.
Okay, in the whispers, Your Grace.
The whisper.
Peas and carrots, rhubarb, watermelon. Why is it that for all the stage whispers things, you just say fruits and vegetables and everything?
So it looks like you're saying something.
The whole skin and everything.
I mean, yes, but there's no other words that make it look like you're saying things. There's no like fire truck.
I've never done that. I've always had real conversations with people, but really.
Yeah.
I think it was. Yeah.
So Yukon,
What?
Yukon became frightened and immediately must he exits the room and runs somewhere in fear. He's like, I bursted into sawdust. What is going on?
Ah.
Where did his character go? Somebody covering him? Yeah, there he is. Oh, there's everybody.
Are we still in combat then, or are they just all a?
They're fake. You are no longer in combat. But I have churn order now in case we want to take turns with what people are gonna do. Yukon, do you run anywhere in particular, or do you?
Yeah. We're as opposed. I was in the other room, right, with the wolves.
Yes.
Okay, then I run up the stairs, like ah.
Thanks for leaving me behind.
Where's Yukon going? What's the big deal? Why is everyone freaking out?
Here, we'll put you upstairs. There you go.
You guys are acting so silly. And why did she faint?
All right.
I run up to Alara and trying to wake her up.
You got it. 1 second, real quick. I'll go. I'm gonna go over to Cornelius as he comes up the stairs. Cornelius, as you come up the hall, you see an elegant hall hanging above elegant hall hanging above this. There's a mantelpiece, a wood framed portrait of a small family, a man and a woman. Their two smiling children. And cradled in the father's arms is a swaddled baby, which the monster, or the not the monster, which the mother regards with a hint of scorn. Standing suits of armor flank wooden doors in the east and the west walls. Each suit of armor clutches a spear and has a visored helm shaped like a wolf's head. The doors are carved with dancing ewes. Upon looking closer, these ewes aren't actually dancing, but fighting off swarms of bats. And then, and you see this door open to your up above you. Ooh. Hang on one second. So it's this door. Do you see the door, Cornelius?
Yes.
GM override. Oh, hey, sorry. Hang on one second. Unfortunately, I have to go in there too. And as you go to enter the door, suddenly a hand grabs you and turns you around, and it appears to be your father.
Daddy?
And he goes, "What has become of you, my boy? What are you? You're no son of mine. You let me die."
Father, it can't be. It's not you. This can't be. You're not here.
Oh, I am here, my boy, 'cause I was taken from our world, our land, when I was killed. You weren't around to save me.
Lies. I was out. I was exploring. I was on a quest.
Some monster hunter are you? I can't even recognize you. Are you still even a man? Look at you. And you look at your arms and your hands as they begin to grow pale and sickly. And you feel a cold shadow immerse you. You are a monster.
You're not here.
Everything goes quiet. Whoa! And then next thing you know, your father's gone. However, you still have sickly pale skin.
As Movian, I think, in this moment has followed Cornelius up the stairs and sees Cornelius shaking with fear from everything that's been going on.
Okay.
And rests a hand on Cornelius's shoulder and simply says, "Everything will be all right." And I cast heroism on Yukon, which means you're immune to the frightened condition, and you gain 3 temporary hit points per minute.
Does it work? Does it work?
Awesome. I need you to roll another D100.
Me?
Yeah, Cornelius.
Oh, right.
Fuck yeah.
I want to, but I'm too afraid. Shit.
All right, you actually kind of did this through roleplay already. The character retreats into her mind and becomes paralyzed. The effect ends when you take any damage, but I'll say it ended when Asmovian came and helped you out. Okay, we'll put a pause on you guys, And let's go back downstairs where we have still Felix. Vesemir's actually down there still too. Unless everyone decided to run upstairs, or if you wanted to investigate this den some more.
Yeah, I wanted to investigate this den.
Okay.
I'm still unconscious, right?
I think
I'm trying
Kaylin.
to wake you up.
Yeah, I think Kaylin has been waking you up.
Yeah,
Okay.
she has that handled.
I'm good now. Am I fully awake again?
Let's just. Why don't Kaylin you describe how you're trying to wake Alara?
I'm lightly tapping her face because I don't want to get wolf scratched.
Smart.
Lara, wake up. Wake up. Are you with me?
5 more minutes.
We're in a good house. I don't
What
think
happened?
5 more minutes.
Where are we? Where are the wolves? Did we
It
kill
was-
them?
As you guys.
They were toys. They weren't real.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
You're okay.
So no wolves were harmed.
Where did everyone else go?
I think they went to, I don't know.
This place is really weird. It's messing with all of us.
It is.
Definitely haunted.
I kind of want to get out of here.
We
As
gotta be careful.
As you look around, this oak-paneled room looks like a hunter's den. Mounted above the fireplace is a stag's head, and positioned around the outskirts of the room are 3 stuffed wolves, one headless. 2 padded chairs draped in animal furs face the hearth, with an oak table between them supporting a cask of wine, 2 carved wooden goblets, a pipe rack, and a candelabrum. A chandelier hangs above a cloth covered table, surrounded by 4 chairs. 2 cabinets stand against the walls. These cabinets sports a lock.
So wait, what has a lock on it?
There are these cabinets that are somewhere. They're right here. The cabinets are actually right here, and so there's a cabinet here and a cabinet right next to it, and one of the cabinets has a lock on it.
Wait, yeah, is the other one open?
Yes.
Or not locked?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna open that one first.
It has a small box containing a deck of playing cards and an assortment of wine glasses.
Someone wants us to have a good time.
I'm gonna open the other one.
How many playing cards are there?
It's a full deck of playing cards.
Okay. It's not a 13.
No.
Now I go over and try to force the other one open.
Would you say that the deck has many things in it?
Oh, I see where you're going. Okay, got you.
Wanna ruin the game?
Too early.
Yeah. Sure.
Deck of many things.
We're in a different
Literally
dimension
summon
now.
a character stronger than you are right now from the deck of many things.
Yeah, we could go to a different existential plane.
So Alara, if you want to
Kill
try and make
somebody.
a strength check, straight up strength check to break the lock, you can go ahead.
Aw, man.
It is.
Can I make a
You are
strength
still
check?
faint. You still appear to be.
I still haven't recovered from my fainting spell.
Yes. You've seen too many wolves hurt today, and so you're just a little overcome.
My wolf heart is wounded for my brothers.
Can I make a strength check for the cabinet too?
Do it.
Yes. If everyone wants to try and take turns forcing the lock, they can.
Yeah, I'll go get dog meat if he's still around.
Oh,
He's a strong one.
He walked into the room.
You turn and you bump right into me. What's up, dude?
Oh, jeez.
Hey,
Okay.
you want to go help us pull off a
Yeah.
lock and that's our. Well,
Yeah, I
Kalen
think
will do it.
I think I'll try.
Well, I mean, as you like turn around to go look and try, you see Kaylin just like go and rip the lock off.
Boom.
We're good.
Woman power.
It holds a heavy crossbow, a light crossbow, a hand crossbow, and 20 bolts for each weapon.
Oh, shit. I love crossbows.
I want the heavy crossbow.
It also contains that creates puffs of smoke that look like skulls. I mean, I guess I wouldn't know that unless you smoke. There's a black wooden pipe. Should have waited to say that.
I'll take the pipe.
Dang
Yeah,
it.
that's sauce.
I mean, I already
Oh
have
my
a
God.
crossbows.
But I want another one.
One too.
Just holding both crossbows. This one feels heavy and this one feels light.
And this one's just right.
This one's just right, you know.
I have a big one and a small one, so I think I need a medium-sized one now.
Same.
It only seems fair.
Wait, so who's taking the small one then? Take the pipe.
The heavy one.
I'll take the next one. The next one down.
Perhaps, Vesemir speaks up. Perhaps we should try and meet up with our other companions. I've known in this house.
Do you want the other crossbow?
Actually, I'm good with old Delilah here. And he pulls out his
Yeah.
crossbow, and she's like, she's never treated me wrong, so I got that covered.
It only takes one moment. And I give him like a concerned look.
So there's only a crossbow left?
Heavy, light, hand. Yeah,
Now,
I guess so.
is that a
I'll
crossbow
grab
that
a
looks like a
hand.
hand?
You got it.
Yeah.
It's like a little one. Pew pew.
Oh, that's not as fun.
As
Just like a hand
everyone,
that shoots.
as Alara, Kaylin, and Doc meet, did you get anything else you wanted to check out, or are you gonna go out?
I'm ready to go.
I'm ready to go
Trying
too.
to get out of this place.
Vesemir grabs Felix by the shoulder just before they're about to leave, and he's like, "Felix, I'm a little concerned about this place.
Yeah.
Yeah, my hunter's intuition is just going off the radars. It's like this whole of some kind.
Yeah.
Sense it too, don't you?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
You know, you haven't tried any of these yet, but take these vials. They'll activate some mutagens just in case you need it.
Alright, fantastic.
We need all that we can get, even a experienced hunter like.
Well, that hurts. I mean,
I'm
getting there.
I'm just needed to knock you down. I know you've been doing a great job, and you won't let me down.
Yeah.
And please try not to smoke too many drugs.
You know,
With
no
that,
promise.
with that pipe. Well, just be careful. Too many of those mutagens at once could have some wonky side effects.
You know, I got to say, it's not the first time that I've burst out crying after eating literal shit. But that was weird. I'm beginning to sense this place is kind of weird.
Yeah. What was your first clue, Doug?
It's the fact that this place is just too nice, you know?
I'm gonna put you guys.
Right.
I'm gonna put you guys on pause for a second. Maybe I should have let you go a little more. I don't know. Anyways,
I'm
now
going up.
we go to the second floor before you start to arrive
up.
with Asmovian and Cornelius.
This.
Oh wow, you really can just go up the stairs. That's crazy. I moved you guys before.
I literally moved myself each tile to look like I was spiraling up the stairs.
Okay, I think I'm still downstairs, but
Well, no, it moved you to the other people. I moved there myself. You guys really, when you went up the stairs, just swapped over to the other map. That's crazy.
I don't see anyone else.
I think. Wait, did you or how did you do that? Oh no,
I'm like,
you went into. Actually, Alara, you just went into the kitchen and pantry. I mean,
well,
did you
maybe
want?
I'll make myself another cursed snack.
Is there any more of that maggot loaf?
The kitchen is tidy.
Oh, okay. Here, I found everybody. They're in this stairs.
Okay. Did Asmovi and Cornelius, did you guys want to look in the room that you're in at all?
Cornelius, your microphone's off.
Oh, is it?
Damn it! I had this whole dialogue, this whole monologue in this room. That's fine.
I'm sorry.
Asmovian would love to hear it.
I would love to just inspect inspect the room. It's fine.
You're in an undecorated bedroom that contains a pair of beds with straw stuffed mattresses. At the foot of each bed is a footlocker. Upon inspecting the footlockers, they're empty.
That was really good. Holy crap! Nice Foley work.
Grazie.
It just keeps doing it. I love it.
Oh, the movie, and they're empty.
And there appears to be some kind of door that's probably a closet. And there is a small little door that's about waist high that if anyone would know is a dumbwaiter.
Can I expect the footlockers to see if they have false bottoms? Like there's anything secret, any hidden compartments or anything?
Yes, if you would like.
I've got a great best to get the score, but I'm probably gonna roll terribly. Let's see. 10.
They're solid footlockers, no secrets or anything. Do you okay. You hear everyone else come up the stairs. And you are as everyone else came up the stairs, you guys all noticed and saw a family portrait that says the Durst family. And there is a father, a mother, 2 children, and you guys recognize that the children are the ones that were outside that you saw. The father holds a swaddled baby, and the mother regards the baby scornfully.
Well, guys, I think we're in a little bit of a pickle.
Yeah, where's the baby?
One creepy family.
Perhaps the baby is the monster. And that is why they are treating it scornfully.
Perhaps we're all monsters.
That was deep.
Speak for yourself.
So did you guys Yukon and Asmovian come out of the servants? I mean the room. Servants.
No, I said that from the room. I can still hear you, you know.
I walk into the room that I'm in.
All right.
Dog meat. Oh.
Okay. Red velvet drapes cover the windows of this room. An exquisite mahogany desk and a matching high-back chair face the entrance and the fireplace, above which hangs a framed picture of a windmill perched atop a rocky crag. Situated in corners of the room are 2 overstuffed chairs. Floor to ceiling bookshelves line the south wall. A rolling wooden ladder allows one to more easily reach the higher shelves.
I walk over to the area with the ladder and the shelves, and I look at the shelving.
The bookshelves hold hundreds of tombs covering fiction.
I take a deep breath. And I go deep within myself, and I reach for a random book, and I'm trying to pull on it.
Okay. And the from where you are?
Sure. This area is the.
Yeah, that's yeah.
And are these both like shelves?
Yes. So there's books on both sides of this thing. So right now you're between bookshelves.
Okay.
And you manage to pull a book, and nothing appears to happen. As you take the book in your hand, you look at the back and cover, and it says dog meat on it. Or you look at like the binding, and it says dog meat.
Well,
And
I'm not surprised.
As you
I have a bad feeling about this.
As you open and read the book, it provides
okay, I guess I'm ooh, time to read.
I mean, do you
If there's anything Dogmeat's known for, it's reading. His voracious love of reading.
Wait, maybe
I'm looking at it. I'm like,
Maybe I should say that the book.
He finally took me up on my offer about the autobiography about my legendary tales.
Ah, shoot! I said I gotta go with it. Okay.
And I open the book.
It's and then when you open the book, it's the history of Dogmeat, and as you read it, it provides a narration of your life up till this point.
This is a fancy book. I think I'll call it an audio book.
You start to skip through it, and you notice it's like got all the details about you and your brother growing up, being shunned by the world, and him chosen. And it comes up to your adventures in the pit of Moloch, and losing your friends, reviving Cornelius. And then it goes to you going to the World Temple and reviving your friends, defeating Balseth and the Shadow Dryad. You guys meeting the Vistani, and all of a sudden being swept to this new place. You coming into this town, you finding these children, you eating that gross food, and you coming up to the bookcase, and the final, and you come to a final page that says, he pulled the book down off the shelf and began to read, unaware of the creature that watched him from the shadows. Slowly, the beast began creeping forward.
Oh, hold on. Okay.
Slowly, the beast.
Do I, turn and look, or I read that. And
the next page is blank, save for a blood stain 2/3 down.
Oh, I know whose blood stains this is.
You turn around. Nothing's there. But I need you to roll a D100.
This book is piece of shit. There's nothing here.
So spook.
D100. Boom. Awesome. Something new. Give it to me, give it to me, give it to me, give it to me. I think I'll keep this book. Very informative. I like the way that I'm the main focus.
Is the sensation that Dogmeat loses his accent and Fletcher can speak in a normal voice for the rest of the session?
Kind of.
I close the book and I pocket that bitch. And I just keep looking at books. Oh, wait. I typed my question.
Then Dogmeat trips, breaks his glasses, and complains, "There was so much time. There would have been time."
Yeah. Does anyone else go and inspect the books or anything?
You know what? I'll go in.
Movian loves books.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of books as well.
Nice. Does anyone happen to look over by the desk or anything?
Yeah, I'll check out the desk.
I'll wave over to you guys and I'm like,
I go sit in this chair in the corner. We don't have time to read.
But we have time to sit.
Yeah.
I'm starting to investigate the room.
Okay. You notice the desk has several items resting atop it. An oil lamp, a jar of ink, a quill pen, a tinderbox, and a letter kit containing red wax candle, 4 blank sheets of parchment, and a wooden seal bearing the Durst family insignia, a windmill.
Is there anything written on any of the paper?
Yes. There is a tattered piece of sheet music that lies on the desk. It is titled Song for Elizabeth. And there is also a handwritten, partially burnt note that sits beside it. It reads, Bullwharton's words can open the way.
I'll definitely take that sheet music and the note.
All right, you got it.
Can I open the box?
The box contains several candles, incense, and some daggers, as well as a journal of Mr. Durst.
I'm gonna pocket the entire box, if I can.
I mean, you can have it.
Yeah, it's probably a little uncomfortable, but yeah. Felix, yes, you have the sheet music, and what else did I say that you grabbed?
And the note, and what else is left on the desk?
Oh, the note. There's some oil lamps, some quills, some pens, tinderbox, letter kit with red wax, blank sheets of parchment. That. Okay, you got it.
I'll take that letter kit.
You got it.
Seen a piano at all?
Well, not in this room, but as Kaylin is continuing to search the room and investigate with her 21, she notices a faint light coming, like, as she comes around here. She eventually searching the room, coming around here, she finds a faint light coming from under the bookcase over here.
What was that?
Oh.
Does anybody else hear that?
I can't tell if fluttering is just for noise ambience or whether there's like a goddamn giant moth flying about the room, and I'm scared for either of those things.
Yeah, either is not great.
You may never know.
Could be a giant pigeon.
But do y'all see the light that she sees?
Oh, the what that she sees?
Did you see a light from under the bookcase?
It looks like there's candlelight coming from under the bookcase over here.
Oh.
Secret door! Which one of these? As Movian instantly starts pulling every book on every bookcase to see if it triggers a secret door.
Oh, okay. Do an investigation check, Asmovian.
Hell yeah.
All right. You notice several books that you've been pulling a few books. None of them seem to be the book, however, and you see various covers of books. You see Finnick's Guide to Goblins. The Scarecrow Walks at Midnight. How to Catch a Ghost. And you see by various authors, and then you see An Architect's Art, written by Archibald Bulwarton.
I've read various Guide to Goblins, and it is a bit outdated. The second book is a tawdry romance novel, but has a decent amount of prose to it. How to Catch a Ghost, which you'd think would be informative, is rather just one person bragging about their experiences with the undead. But this last book reads quite differently because it has too much alliteration. I propose that this book is not in fact a real book, but a code for something going on.
What's it called? Yeah.
It's called An Architect's Art, as written by Archibald Bulwarton.
Like this note I have.
Aha!
Are there any books about how to catch a vampire?
I did not find any, unless ghosts and vampires are both undead, but they are quite different.
Great, so.
I raised my hand to draw
Archie,
everyone's attention.
Archie guy, what's his deal?
I think we should draw that book.
I raise my arm to grab everyone's attention, as if I have something to say.
Yes, dog me.
Yes.
That was a mistake on my part.
Great. What's happened to him now?
Hey, dog meat, can you pull out that autobiographical book of yours?
I do. And I open it up.
Yeah, can we read?
Yeah, can we see what it says? Does it say about what's happening to him?
The book now appears to be blank.
Okay, Asmovian's gonna do what Asmovian should have done the minute we entered this goddamn house and just take 10 minutes to detect magic with basically X-ray vision around everything.
So I'm going to take that one book though.
All right.
The Bulworth.
Yeah. So Felix, you pull that book, and a door unlocks and opens for you.
Oh.
Cool.
Revealing a secret room.
Secret room.
Hang on 1 second.
You know it's a secret room because you open it and it goes, secret.
I will investigate the secret room.
All right. As you go to enter the room, the door closes behind you.
Ah, balls.
Felix. What happened?
The secret room contains bookshelves packed with tombs describing fiend summoning rituals and necromantic rituals of a cult called the Priests of Osibis.
Oh.
A heavy wood chest with clawed iron feet stands against the south wall, its lid half closed. Sticking out of the chest is a skeleton in leather armor.
All right, well, I'm going to open the chest. Well, shit.
As you...
Yeah, I don't know about that. No, never mind.
Oh, God.
Wait, what?
No, you did it. You did it.
You did.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. All right, fine. I went over to look at the chest.
Please.
As you open
souls.
the chest, and the skeleton begins to animate, and it latches onto you and grabs you. And something seems familiar about this skeleton. It actually is the size of a halfling. You come to realize, and then he goes, "Son, why did you leave me to be killed by the necromancer?"
Oh, now it's my turn.
You left me. You let him take me. You wanted adventure. Here you have it. Ah!
I'm gonna throw that skeleton in the chest. Get it away from me.
I thought that was gonna be a fucking mimic.
I'll need you to roll madness, or not. I mean, just roll a D100 for me.
D100. Okay.
And
that sounds terrifying. Tiny room with a mimic. Ugh.
Okay. Would you fix? Yeah. You know, I mean, this is okay. You now are hearing like different you see vivid hallucinations and hear things that may not be there and have disadvantage on ability checks. But the moment you threw the skeleton back in the chest, all grows still in the room and it's quiet.
Get me out of here.
Can we hear him? Can we hear all that was happening? And
to you guys, you don't hear anything other than Felix start to like say, "Get me out of here!" Ah!
I'm done with it.
This house has made an absolute fool of me.
Does anybody do anything?
well, he grabbed that book. I try to pull the book out again to see if it'll open the door again.
Oh yeah, you pull the book and the door opens again.
Okay.
Asmovian, since you're nearby, you can and you've seen the mechanism work twice now, you can kind of tell that this door is rigged to just close after somebody enters, unless somebody like holds it open or braces it open.
Okay, Asmovian's gonna... Can I just use the book to hold it open, or do I have to like physically hold it open with my body?
You can use the book.
Asmovian is gonna have Asmovian Jr. hold the book and just stay in place.
Well, the minute it opens up, I dash out of there.
You got it.
No.
What happened?
Nope. I'm done. Goodbye. I'm leaving.
Felix, calm yourself, man. Come on. Remember your hunter training.
You know what? This is the last time I read a book.
And I start grabbing books, and I walk over to the fire, and I toss them in the fire.
What are you doing?
Like you're just tossing books in the fire?
Yeah.
Oh my god, no!
Stop!
Asmovian's gonna literally hit you to get you to stop.
Don't know what magic burning those books could release.
You know what? I don't care. This place is... I've had it with this place.
And I take my axe, and I start chopping the mahogany desk.
Damn it, don't hit.
I am beef.
Does anyone else, Asmovian, as you were doing a ritual, you see that the house is generally like oversaturated in like energy, magical energies. But you and there is something still in that secret room.
More.
It appears that this house is completely surrounded and encased in magic, and therefore I believe we have two options. One, we go to find the source and eliminate whatever is controlling or possessing this house. Or two, we simply burn it down and let the house die.
Ooh, I love that idea.
Burn, 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 burn.
All for burn. Raise your hand.
As Dogmeat's been destroying parts of the house in sections, he like goes and like destroys like the one armchair in the corner that Alara was sitting on, and then he goes to turn and destroy the other armchair, and then he turns around, and then when everybody kind of wasn't looking and they're looking at Dogmeat, the other chair is like magically restored, just like in place.
That's unsettling.
I just chopped the chair even more violently and passionately.
Does that mean the books are like completely unharmed, or like did Dogmeat actually destroy some beautiful literature?
As you go and you scan the bookshelves of some of the books he took and like destroyed, they appear to be back in place.
Oh, thank God.
I hate this place.
Like I said, magic.
I hope we find this first, kill it, and get out of here.
I feel enraged.
Does anybody want to explore the secret room some more?
Oh, the one.
Are you talking about the room I found?
Oh no, that was the where Felix just jumped out of.
Oh. Yeah, the one I'm.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk into that secret room.
All right, you see the same items that I described there. The books, the chest, and do you want to open the chest?
Do I want to open the chest? I want to inspect the chest.
Okay, go ahead. Like the outside, just see if it's a trap, or are you gonna look all over?
I'm gonna do a perception check.
Okay. Everything seems to be fine. You don't know what Felix was going crazy about.
Okay, I use my axe and I jimmy it open.
All right, you see inside a skeleton of normal size, and it has several darts, poison darts in its rib cage and attached to its armor. The dart firing mechanism inside the chest no longer functions. Clutched in the skeleton's left hand is a letter bearing the seal of a seal, and which he tried to remove from the chest.
Okay.
And as well, in another section of the chest is another letter. And do you read these letters? I'm just gonna read.
Asmovian,
Yes.
get your son to take these letters.
Your son?
He is not my son, but I understand.
I mean, you
Asmovian,
made him.
Will you take what is given to you? And Asmovian Jr. will go up and take the letters from Dogmeat.
Oh no, I don't take them.
Oh, from
the
wherever you
chest.
found them. Yeah, from the chest.
He's able to grab the letters, no problem.
Oh, hell yeah.
Someone take a look at the letters.
Asmovian will read the letters.
Okay. The first one reads, "My most pathetic servant, I am not a messiah sent to you by the dark powers of this land. I have not come to lead you on a path to immortality. However many souls you have bled on your hidden altar, however many visitors you have tortured in your dungeon, know that you are not the ones who brought me to this beautiful land. You are but worms writhing in my earth. You say that you are cursed, your fortune spent. You abandoned love for madness, took solace in the bosom of another woman, and sired a bastard son. Cursed by darkness, of that I have no doubt. Save you from your wretchedness? I think not. I much prefer you as you are. Your dread lord and master, Strahd von Zarovich."
Oh, this is pretentious.
Yeah, this guy sounds like a psycho.
This, as you open the second letter, a key falls out into your palm. My dear de Mauve, I must confess my nights as of late have been sleepless. The child's wails these past several evenings have kept me awake, haunting these halls like a ghost. Margaret does her best, but other clouds yet trouble my dreams. My beloved Elizabeth, I am sure, feels it too, for she tosses and churns in our bed and awakes with her forehead slick with sweat. O'er the past several congregations, I have become suspicious of the ambitions of the others. Their dark murmurs worry me, and though I know that a shadow ought not fear a blacker night, I cannot fear for the extent of their plotting. If anything happens, you are to be steward of our parents' house and caretaker of my children. Keep Rose and Thorn safe, and dear Walter close to your breast. Should the worst come to pass, you shall be all they have left. Your loving brother, Gustav.
Gustav.
The chest, Dogme, looking in, the chest also contains 3 blank books with black leather covers. Those look like they could fetch a hefty price. And 3 spell scrolls reading Bless, Protection from Poison, and Spiritual Weapon. There's the deed to the house, the deed to a windmill, and a signed will. The windmill referred to... Oh, don't read that. The will is signed by Gustav and Elizabeth Durst and bequeaths the house, the windmill, and all other family property to Rosa... Oh my gosh, I should have practiced saying their names. Rosavalda and Thornbolt. Durst in the event of their parents' death. The books, scrolls, deeds... Yep, don't read that part. My bad. Oh, gosh. Fun times. All right, and that appears to be everything from the chest.
Well, I'll definitely pocket the 3 scrolls, and I'll take the... How many books were there?
A decent number. 3 blank books that are covered with black leather. They look like they could fetch a good price.
Okay. And what are the scrolls?
It is Bless, Protection from Poison, and Spiritual Weapon.
Okay, Asmovian's not going to suggest this, but we literally have the deed to the house. If we get rid of the will, that means we own the house.
No, what I was about to say is that, guys, we don't have a hangout. This place is kind of growing on me.
You want the haunted house to be our hangout.
You know, it's fun. No one's gonna mess with us. And if we just clear out some vermin in here, you know, it's cozy. It's very nice.
I don't think we have time to call them vermin.
They're disgusting, and they need to be eradicated.
It does have a very Luigi's Mansion kind of vibe to it.
Did we just get a clubhouse, guys?
We'd be stealing it from little kids, but theoretically...
I'm sure the kids are ghosts.
Well, technically, we have a windmill as well, right?
This is one hell of a Home Alone house, guys.
Yukon, what are your feelings about stealing a house from children?
Well, I've done worse before.
Sorry.
What is it? No, I've got nothing else. I was stalling.
It's around this time you hear, you start to, Felix, who's in the hall with Vesemir, and possibly anyone near the door of the other room hears a soft, whimpering sound coming from across the hall. It's like...
Oh, yeah, it's time for round, I don't know, 5?
And it's...
Have I regained my composure?
I think you talking with Vesemir, you guys are doing much better, but you're still a little shook.
I think I might be done.
All right. Well,
Vesemir's
I'll go
like
and say-
what is it,
Did
Felix?
everyone
What did you see?
Just a vision. Because I don't need a word on it. I got it under control.
Okay, I've never seen someone so spooked before.
No, I got it. I am good. I am clear.
All right. Should we check out that whimpering noise?
Yeah.
All right.
Hey,
Yeah.
you guys, come here.
Let's go. I'll just enter the room.
I'll follow.
Just to show like how not afraid you are. Ah, there it goes.
I will be in the back of the train.
Lock me in the back of the train.
This is some kind of grand ballroom. Gossamer drapes cover the windows of this elegantly appointed hall, which has a brass-plated chandelier hanging from the ceiling. Upholstered chairs line the walls, and stained glass walls hangings depict beautiful men, women, and children singing and playing instruments. There's a harpsichord with a bench, and near the fireplace is a large standing harp. Alabaster figurines of well-dressed dancers adorn the mantelpiece. Close inspection of them reveals that several are carvings of well-dressed skeletons. But as you enter, you are able to pinpoint and hear the whimpering coming from beneath the harpsichord.
I'm going to investigate that.
Yeah, me too. I run over to look underneath.
And
I'll investigate the piano. Or is the harp's over here, right?
Yeah, harpsichord. Yeah, you're right by the harpsichord. What did you
The other thing is the harp, right?
Oh.
You're on top of the harpsichord, and this is
Okay.
And the other thing is the harp. This is the harp. This is the harpsichord. Underneath the harpsichord, you find a small dog, cute as a button, but he is
a button. A cute
No, we don't know what a buppin is. Come on.
But he is starving and emaciated, and he's just like scared and underneath the piano.
We should call him Boppin.
Boppin the button pop.
Does anyone have any food?
There is plenty of food downstairs.
We can't
Mealworms
do that.
and
Just
That
maggots.
stuff is rotten. We need to give him some real food.
Do we have any of that cheese or wine from when we first arrived here?
You guys should have like various rations still and stuff like.
If only we
perhaps.
had that
I
happy
pull out a little bit
that the lady gave us.
from my belongings and try to coax him out to eat something.
Go ahead and roll an animal handling check with advantage. Cool. Yeah. The dog like sniffs tenderly and is a little cautious, but once it really gets like the scent of food and sees that you're not threatening him, he comes out graciously and begins eating eating the food that you presented it. And now upon closer upon it's like and it even stops for a second and like licks your cheek, and upon closer inspection, you can see that it has a collar and a name tag, and the name tag says Lancelot.
Lancelot.
Aww.
We're naming you Buppin.
Felix, you're over at the harpsichord, right?
Yeah.
Are you?
I have that sheet music.
Right, that's true, huh?
No. Do you play?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say I play.
Dabble in
dab.
harpsichord. Moonlight.
I've read a book or two.
Why don't you give me a performance check?
All right, fantastic.
Oh, Buppin.
Buppy.
Oh.
He's part of the gang now.
Oh.
So you sit down to play the harpsichord. I assume the sheet music. You're going off the sheet music.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it down right in front of me. All right. Just start banging on the keys, I guess.
Boom, 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 boom. It's just like
I'll get it eventually.
Oh, please stop that racket, please.
No, sorry.
Thank you.
Does anyone
play?
play?
Anyone here would be
I, for one, am known for my ballads.
You know, it's around this time that you guys, I forgot to say, all notice, and Cornelius especially looking around the mirrored walls and stained glass, that he looks like he could be dead. He's that pale and a bit monstrous looking. And
Cornelius is?
Your Cornelius, he's just like his skin looks as if he could be dead.
In real life or in the reflection?
In real life, actually, he's got pale, sickly skin, and the dog actually seems to be afraid of him.
Oh my god!
What are you all looking at?
You're dead.
You don't look
What? Well, you look like a wolf. What do you mean I look dead? And I go into the reflection, and I look. Dear God, I look dead.
My goodness.
Dead.
You're looking
happening
first
to
for
me?
severe.
A genius prospector.
All right. I forgot to mention that, so we go. Does anyone now want to try to continue playing the harpsichord?
I, as I said, am known for my ballads.
And I will sit down and I will play.
Performance check.
Come on, baby, let me know how to play. And boom, boom. Not that good.
Felix, your hands are pretty dexterous, Vesemir says. Maybe, and you did, take the note. You're pretty smart. Go ahead and, why don't you try again?
Well, let's, I guess I just needed that boost of confidence then, I guess.
Do another performance check.
All right, I'll give it another go. All right.
Damn. How did he know?
Praise be to RNGesus.
A little belief in himself.
All right.
I believed in
encouragement. Pass it on.
I got it.
I can...
And it is around this time that you start playing. That suddenly a harp joins
now
you.
I'm just showing up.
Wow.
We cannot hear you. Over the harp, over the harp.
Yeah, really into it.
Sorry, I got carried away.
No, so as you're playing the harpsichord, you notice the sound and melody of the harp begins to start playing on its own, and to everyone else in the room, they see the strings moving, but nobody playing, and not only that, but suddenly, well, Felix, out of the corner of your eye, you notice young girl playing in harmony with your harpsichord on the harp. You can see that it resembles the girl that was outside. And then one by one, little by little, you guys can hear me, right?
You started to get quieter.
I would probably put it down a little. It is pretty loud.
Okay. Yep.
Yes, this playing is quite overzealous.
So you see out of the corner of your eye a young woman playing the harp, and one by one apparitions start to form inside the ballroom, dancing around and mingling and talking.
This is crazy.
And everyone's looking around. All right, you get it. So you notice that everyone's singing and or dancing around the ballroom and having a grand time, except for in the next to the fireplace, the mind's eye or camera kind of pans over to see two figures just standing alone, staring directly at Felix, and it's at this moment that the rest of the ghosts in the room all just stop, and then the harp stops playing. There's a snapping of a chord, and they're staring right at Felix, and the two figures that resemble the two figures resemble the man, Gustav, and what you assume to be Elizabeth, his wife in the portrait. And they kind of turn into that specter ghost for a second, like from Ghostbusters, the librarian at the beginning, and kind of go and rush towards Felix at the harpsichord.
Do I roll anything?
Sorry. I'd say from their
spook.
From their trajectory, though, they also like pass through Kaylin, and she's like, whoa, whoa. And let's have Kaylin and Felix roll D100s. Oh, nice.
Ooh.
This is either really good or really bad.
Felix, you just fall unconscious.
Respect.
And Kaylin is just sort of paralyzed and goes into her mind. And she just kind of is just like freaked out and just standing there.
What just happened?
This place is so freaky.
Customers are, oh, Felix! Oh my god!
It was a wonderful reception. Lots of people were dancing, and then you guys like stopped.
It's around this time too. You notice, you hear footsteps going upstairs, and then a sudden like scraping sound, as if something scraping along the floor from the depths above you.
What is that?
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Go check it out, Delora.
Oh, me.
You hear this noise from upstairs.
Yep, you.
Okay, guys. Okay, fine. I will go.
I pull out
This stupid child.
Mr. Durst's journal and I start reading it.
All right. It is in Mr. Durst's journal. You start to see first its contents pertain to just his daily life, his kind of like his business, his trade that he does. But then it starts to kind of wane and wander. He he has little scribbles. It starts to talk about him becoming depressed and bored with life, and he eventually turns to the family's nursemaid for some kind of excitement and elation and comfort. He's just trying to find kind of a new avenue, a new vigor of life. And it is here that you learn that through their misdeeds, they accidentally sired a child, or got the nursemaid pregnant, which you can deduce was probably the baby that was in that painting. And it starts to go on, and he suspects his wife of being furious with his having a mistress, and she and then it starts to go on and implores about how she wants to look into gaining immortality and youth, and she they begin to look into the occults and the dark powers, and they form a cult with other nobles, and begin to try and do, and he gives in to her what she wants, and her vanity for eternal youth, and the killings begin. And you find that he and eventually he stops writing in the journal, but you can tell he's complicit but not comfortable with the deeds.
This place is evil. We need to kill whatever is in here. And I throw the journal on the ground.
All right.
I'm still just petting the dog, comforting it.
Aww.
And suddenly you guys realize that I left a while ago.
Yes.
I'm still knocked unconscious.
Vesemir shakes you awake.
Oh yeah.
Get a hold of yourself, man.
I'm up. I'm good.
Are you now?
I got it.
Okay.
I got it.
Okay.
Dog meat is
Never been
fresh
clearer.
and dog meat is vegan.
Shall we all ascend?
All right, I'm hesitant to leave the dog though. When I get up,
He comes with you.
okay.
He begins following you, and like he's sticking with you.
Yay!
Am I still looking dead?
I'm afraid so. Your skin is very
Wait.
still
Is
pale.
Felix still unconscious?
No, Vesemir shook him awake.
Okay.
What were those scrolls was there one of healing? The scrolls that dog meat has.
There was not.
I mean,
Suddenly,
I can
you remember
feel...
you remember dog meat referring to them as a bless, a spiritual weapon and a protection from poison.
I mean, I can heal Yukon, but it doesn't seem to be physical damage, more cosmetic.
Yeah, Yukon, you like other than emotional trauma, you feel fine.
Emotional damage.
I've read several books on therapy. Would you like a session?
I felt heartache before. I'll be fine. Let's keep moving.
And how does that make you feel?
Annoyed.
As oh Oh man, you've just gone all over the place over here, dog meat.
Oh,
Oh yeah, I told you.
What did I
I went
do?
upstairs. I decided I chose a door, eeny, miny, mosey, and I chose one. And now we're in a room where things will happen.
Alright. So wait. So I follow
Well,
this
I need to.
door.
Before you, dog meat, before you went into that room.
Oh yeah, you for sure describe to me what I see. Oh.
So I should note that as you came up the stairs, you look towards. It's a winding staircase or large winding staircase. So as you look, you can note that you can see all the way down to the first floor in the middle section.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is it. Dusty. As you come up to the third floor, there's a dusty balcony with a suit of black plate armor standing against one wall, draped in cobwebs.
Okay, good. Okay. I'm just eyeing that suit of armor down. Anything else of note?
The suit of armor springs to life.
Damn it! I was gonna hit it anyways. Well, my instincts told me to hit it, so I'm already ready to my axe. I swing if possible.
Your instincts tell you to hit giant metallic beings? Wow.
You know what? I don't want to hear it. Everyone's making a debate on how I'm not a person.
At least you know there is a debate and not a certainty.
And you were going to hit me when I was burning books.
You were burning books.
They were evil books, and they lied to me. This house is ridiculous.
Oh shoot. Oh, there it is.
You probably think Magic the Gathering causes Satanism if you burn books like that.
Yeah, that and Monster Energy drinks. 3 lines.
I'll let you pop off an attack first.
Hell yeah, brother.
Since you kind of said you readied an action.
Oh yeah, because I before you even described it, I was like, oh, there's a you're like, there's a suit of armor there, and my instinct was like, well, this house has been fucking with me. Looking at it, and I was just gonna hit it anyways, and you said it sprung to life. I'm like, oh yeah, but damn right it does.
What'd you have?
Lap.
16.
Is there, yeah.
23. Sorry, 1 second. I got a lot of this movie. Where are you? 14. Vesemir, 10.
It's so quiet.
No.
Comes to life. Oh, geez, 13. Hot damn. Yeah, you knocked the thing. Does so you hear downstairs you guys can hear Dogmeat call out as he attacks in a large clang of metal as he slashes the armor. And it just kind of takes it, and it's actually it's Dogmeat's axe knocks its head, and it spins 360 on an axis, and then continues looking forward, and then goes to march over towards Dogmeat.
Okay.
And he is going to.
Someone is gonna get met with a reaction. I have nothing clever to say.
If you guys want to run up and join the action, you'll be in the next round of combat.
Oh,
Yeah.
don't worry, Tyler. There might not be another round of combat.
Yeah, I'll run up and
I
join.
know how to get up there.
Oh,
I may
shoot.
be looking dead, but I can still fight.
Well, he he goes to try and slam ya with his fist with his first attack, and he just kind of totally miscalculates and just whiffs right past ya.
Nice.
But as he follows up with his other fist, smacking you right across the face for 6 bludgeoning damage.
The hell?
Yeah.
What was the roll? My armor class is 13.
20.
God damn it. That's it. That pissed me right the fuck off. Is it my turn to attack again?
It is your turn.
Good. I'm gonna grapple him and I'm gonna throw him over the fucking side down the fucking staircase. Not the stairs, but right down the middle.
All right. Let us grapple.
Strength check. Strength check.
All right. He is successfully grappled. Or well, it could have been yeah, he's grappled, and then you'd have to wait.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw him right over.
Yeah,
throw him right over, man.
You'll have to wait till the next time.
I'm gonna twist my hooves and then just
twist that shit.
I want to throw him right down the middle of the staircase, so he just comes tumbling down as people are running up the staircase.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, well, yeah, you'll have to do another shove
Strength check.
attack. Yeah.
Attack. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. The suit of armor goes flying over the rail as you just kind of throw him, and everyone's running up the stairs, and the suit of armor just kind of falls like past them and down, and everyone's like, "What the hell was that?"
Yeah, right down the center of that shit. Fuck. And just.
Yeah, and the armor smashes on the ground, all the way on the first floor, and it looks like it's hurting bad, but it actually manages to get up.
Done with that shit.
But it doesn't comprehend what stairs are and doesn't know how to go up, so it just stays still where it is.
Yeah. Awesome. It was worth it.
And everyone else manages to reach the top of the stairs to you.
What took you guys so long?
I was crocheting. I'm glad I got one person to laugh.
Watch out, guys. It's what. Turns out it's a raining night.
Oh my god.
This did not translate. It's supposed to be fun. A pun.
Is the dog over here too?
Yeah, I almost got hit in the face by a suit of armor.
I did get hit in the face by a suit of armor. Let me tell you, it kind of hurt. Oh my god. He missed the first attack on purpose. He feigned the attack and he got a sucker punch on me. That's how that fucking worked.
Shoot, I think I just lost
Can you guys
Icon's
hear
character.
that faint piano as my mom is slowly playing My Heart Will Go On?
That was just...
Yeah. I thought that was Tyler. Nice touch, Tyler. Nice touch.
Whew, this is a tiny map with all these characters.
I love that your mom's playing piano right now. That's great.
That is.
Yeah, she's been practicing every day. I'm proud of her.
Oh yeah,
Sick.
I definitely should be practicing my instruments, but
Yeah, I've been meaning to talk to you about that, man.
Fun fact, I have a legitimate didgeridoo from Australia.
Really?
Yeah. It's like made out of a eucalyptus root that's been naturally hollowed out by termites.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Got like a beeswax like coating on the mouthpiece, and I can make it go but I'm practicing the circular breathing because that shit's hard.
Now that the action's done and people have run up to this third floor, you see that this is a lot more unkept. There's dust and dirt and grime everywhere, cobwebs like crazy. A total contrast from the lower two floors.
Well, this place is a dump.
I guess they didn't pay the help that much.
And from the other room, you hear.
Was that Buppin?
We found the baby.
I head towards the baby. Sounds.
Yeah, where's the baby coming from?
It's up over here, in this other room.
Yeah, I follow.
Nice. I'm following too.
Is this lair? Yeah, it's token lair.
Oh god.
What is that?
That's hideous. That's not a baby. I've been
Back.
lied to. Again.
Justice, so sorry. Hang on. Dust and cobwebs shroud an elegantly appointed bedroom. Contains. No, wait. Okay, no. You see a floating spectral. Spectre resembles a terrified, skeletally thin young woman, and she turns to you and just goes like, "Shh, shh, don't wake my baby, please. I just got him down."
Oh
I
God,
whisper to the
she
group.
murdered her daughter.
I whisper to the group. Shh. Whatever you do, don't wake the baby.
Hey guys, what's happening in here? And I burst through the door.
She turns to dog meat and just like turns into like another one of the ghost from the beginning of Ghostbusters, and goes, "Don't wake the baby!" and just like freaks out on him. But the baby keeps cooing, and she starts to coo, and she comes over and just like manages to get it to sleep again.
Sorry, I did not know there was one little baby in here.
What is it that you want?
We have come for the baby. I'm kidding, of course. You seem like a lovely mother.
Can somebody else other than dog meat take the lead here?
Don't worry. In a world of statistics, I have +2 charisma.
This does bring up a good point that I've been meaning to talk about. To be effectual, we must have a leader. Who is the leader of our group?
Do we really want to discuss this in the middle of a manor?
First of all, I don't really do leaders. Second of all, dog meat makes a good point.
Yeah, I think we can figure this one out later.
That's very anti-leader
We met
of
these
you,
kids
Laura.
outside, and they said there was a monster in here. Now, just been seeing lots of crazy magic,
We're
and
gonna
now we
have a pissing contest in here.
Do you know the kids? Are you the monster they're afraid of?
Monster? Oh, I'm not.
You know, and I turned around like, no, she is very ugly. I know that, but that's not an excuse to call her a monster.
She's obviously a ghost, dead lady. So if that doesn't qualify as monster,
No, she has a very fair complexion.
She her form kind of like coalesced into what she might have looked like as a normal person, and she goes, "Oh, you've met the children of the house. I do love the master's children. They are wonderful kids. Rose is a prodigy, I could say, and young Master Thorn is just a sweetheart. As of monsters, yeah, there. I mean, you could say that there are monsters here, but I haven't seen them myself.
So you don't know what they're afraid of. Why are you hiding up here with your baby?
This is my bedroom,
Oh, so rude of us.
and
She's an actual person.
and I am taking care of my master's baby.
Your baby.
Oh, I mustn't speak of such things.
Don't be modest. Look at the resemblance.
All you guys see in the cradle, from where you can vantage behind her, is a black bundle.
I haven't even looked at the baby yet.
We can't see the baby.
You can, from your vantage, you could probably spot like the cradle behind her. And
But we can only see a bundle of like blankets. We don't actually see the baby itself.
right.
What?
See, Alana, she is real. If she was a ghost, I would not be able to do this.
And then I try to put my hand on her physical form, but it would go through, right?
Yes.
So my hand just goes through. I'm like, oh,
I'm terribly sorry.
What? And she like cowers, and she's like, how did you do that? What happened?
Oh no, I'm not supposed to have this conversation. Asmovian has therapy experience. Asmovian, come.
Asmovian's gonna come over and
her that she's dead.
What did you do to me? What is going on?
Man, I have a book you might enjoy, and I bring up how to handle ghosts from earlier.
The handbook for the recently deceased.
Are you saying I'm dead?
Yes, that does appear to be the case.
Exactly what we're saying.
What? No.
Sorry to break the news, lady.
No,
Don't worry. He breathes with me.
But my baby is right there.
Ma'am, stay calm. There is no baby. You are dead. There is nothing to do.
How can you say there's no baby? My baby is right behind me.
As I have
Someone should
said,
probably check on this baby.
I'm gonna reach for the baby to pick it up.
Oh my god, it's just a series of bad choices. Yes.
You like pass through, and she goes like, "No, don't touch my baby!" And you go to lift the lift the sheets of the baby, and they just kind of fall flat, and there's nothing there, and she disappears.
the woman disappears.
So the baby's blankets, like when you open them, it's just kind of like as if it had the shape of a baby like in the bundle, but it kind of falls away to nothing. And then you turn to her, and she just kind of vanishes.
She's gone too.
She didn't pay you for the therapy.
Another excellent therapy is its own reward, and the effects are immediate, as you have seen.
I'll never question you again.
I take all the candles from the box and I make a protective circle around all of us, and they're lit. I light them.
Okay.
I hope you all know my therapy expertise and knowledge extends to all of you if you would like a session.
Well,
Maybe later.
I've got a question. Do I still look dead?
Yes.
Damn.
Well, that would make sense since you did actually come back from the dead, as well as Kaylin and Alara.
I guess I finally
So
caught up
you
with you.
three must fit quite well here in this land of goose and ghouls.
You say goose?
Yes.
I have only read the word ghost. I've never pronounced it out loud. I didn't know how you pronounced it.
It's okay. It's goose and goose. I like this.
As you guys now begin to notice around the
So
room,
good.
dust and cobwebs shroud an elegantly appointed bedroom. Contains a large bed, 2 end tables, and an empty wardrobe. Mounted on the wall next to the wardrobe is a full-length mirror with an ornate wooden frame carved to look like ivy and berries. Upon closer inspection, you notice eyeballs among the berries.
That's a quote right there. Eyeballs among the berries.
Next to the bed on the small bedside table, there's a it holds a cobwebbed copy of a raunchy romance novel on its surface, hidden clumsily beneath a mildew-covered towel. The novel is titled Blue-Blooded Lips and tells the story of a wealthy duke who enjoys an affair with his female cupbearer.
I postulate we have a misery scenario going on, and that the mistress was in love with an author who wrote tawdry romance novels and became obsessed.
And then his Mustang broke down and crashed. You know, the horse.
Yeah.
Yes.
Would you guys like to inspect more of the room?
Yes.
Look
My
around.
God. I can't get over that. Fuck.
All right. Kaylin, as you from where you are, you turn around to continue inspecting the room and you notice the mirror some more. But when you look in the mirror to see your reflection, at first glance, it's your sister's reflection and not yourself.
Whoa.
Oh, shoot. Sorry, hang on one second. I need, from opening the baby, Cornelius, I need you to do a D100. And then, Kaylin's, your sister, peers into your eyes and says, "It should have been you." And then her eyes, she like melts into a skeleton, and then her skeleton falls and disappears.
Oh. When this baby hits 88 numbers per hour. All right, now.
Kaylin, roll a D100. 88.
Well,
God, that is either really good or really, 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 really bad.
You just see her fall unconscious.
Okay.
Onto the floor. Alara, you're right next to her, so I imagine perhaps you catch her or notice that.
Yeah. I catch her and gently let her rest on the ground.
Looking back at what she saw in the mirror, you see not your own reflection, but the nursemaid that the specter that was just there before you. She moves as you move and reacts as you react, but her eyes remain fixed on you and do not seem incongruent with whatever you're doing.
Well, that's fucking freaky.
This is...
Kaylin, appears after that experience, you might need some therapy. I am always here to talk.
Look, I don't do talking about my feelings. I reach the like glass and like touch it to see if the reflection does anything.
The whole mirror shudders, and from your touch it like falls down and forward and shatters, revealing a secret passageway behind it.
Oh shit! Alright, well, I sort of nudge Kaylin to see if she will wake up.
That was my sister.
You saw your sister?
Yes. It should have been me.
Don't say that. Also, it wasn't real. This place is just messing with us.
What happened?
I don't know. I didn't see it. You just collapsed. But I found another passage. We should probably check it out. I call out to the others to let them know.
Secret passage, eh?
Yeah, we should probably check it out.
And without saying anything, I move into the secret passage and I go up. Boldly, brashly.
So it goes up then?
Yeah.
Yup,
Alright,
yup, up.
I don't know if anyone wanted to see any more of the house or anything, but
Don't worry, we have to come down. Yeah.
Maybe. Assuming we can get back down.
Yeah.
I'm still kind of half and half on keeping this place or burning it.
wait for me. Arf arf. The
You
dog,
talk,
the
just
dog
talk,
doesn't.
or-
The dog doesn't actually talk, but
Oh, he comes with.
Really disappointed.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I moved you to the 3rd floor. I'll just move everybody real quick. Unless you can go up the stairs. How do you... Wait, so if you move your characters up to the top of like the stairs, it puts you onto the next level?
No, I don't think it does.
No, I've just been going. I can see where other people are. If I move around the map, I can see where the dice are, so I just find everybody else and join them.
Got you. Yukon, are you staying behind, or would you
I don't know how everyone else
like
got
me to
here.
move
No, I don't know how to get there. I'm
Okay.
freaking out.
I got
I look
you.
dead. Where are we?
You're in the wrong place now. Here, I got you. All right, here. It doesn't matter too much. And I sent you, Rio, through the whispers. You have from so many shocks, you've afflicted a long-term madness.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
You say long term? All right.
Like a couple hours. You need a long rest or
Got it.
a very good
Got it.
spell.
Sounds like you might need some therapy.
I'm concussed, you know? No,
I'm concussed.
but okay.
All right. Oh shoot.
Ooh. Another secret passage.
Ooh. This bare hall is even more decrepit, choked with dust and cobwebs. Oh man, you can't really see much, can you guys?
It's okay. Or
interesting.
oh my god.
All right.
My mom
well,
keeps hitting
there
it with that.
Yeah.
My heart will go on.
Yeah.
It's almost beautiful how sickening this house is.
So there's a door right here that has a padlock on it.
Okay,
There's
cool.
another door over here.
Which door has the padlock?
There's a
Is it
door right
this?
here, and there's a door right here. But
Oh, so
this
you
door has a padlock on it.
This one?
Yes.
Cool. I shall walk up to it and I say, guys, don't worry, I have the key. And then I try to bust it open with my hoof.
All right. Athletics check. Sorry, Sebastian.
Athletics check. Boom. Decent.
All right.
Decent.
That was enough to break the padlock of the door. And it's right around there that Asmovian's like, oh, wait a second, I had a key that I got from the library. It was in the letter, right? Do you remember? Yeah.
I suppose nothing matches up to the
a copy, wasn't there?
Okay.
I thought you actually did have the key, dog meat, and you just didn't care about using it. Like, I've got the key.
That's good too. She's like, hey guys, look at the key. Kush.
All right. This room contains a bricked up window, flanked by two dusty wood frame beds sized for children. Closer to the door is a toy chest with windmills painted on its sides, and a dollhouse that's a perfect replica of the dreary edifice in which you stand. These furnishings are draped in cobwebs. Lying in the middle of the floor are two small skeletons wearing tattered but familiar clothing.
Do I recognize them as the children?
Yeah, the smaller of the two cradles a stuffed doll that you also recognize. And there's a teenager-looking skeleton holding, like cradling a younger-looking skeleton on the floor.
And then I lean over to Dog Meat and I say, you see, Dog Meat, this is what two dead people look like.
I'm going to stuff you in that chest. I'm a person.
All right.
I'm overcome with like a pang of sadness, which is kind of a weird way to put it because it's like, oh, I kind of feel bad.
Guys, I feel like we might need to bury these children to put them to rest, or we could burn the place.
Yeah.
And
Can I investigate the room?
Yeah, let me get out of the doorway, my lumbering ass. So that everyone can come in.
Yeah, if you would like to, you can investigate the room. But I was going to say at
Yes.
At Dogmeat threatening to burn the place to the ground, two ghostly children, the ones that you recognize from outside, appear before you and go, please, no, don't burn our things.
Oh. Are you behind all the wackiness in here?
I don't. The older one appears forward and is like, I don't know what you're talking about, but please don't hurt us.
What do I roll to make sure that little fucker's not lying?
Insight.
Insight. I don't give a shit if you're dead. You can still be lying through your greedy little teeth.
Rotten
Well, it
clothes.
doesn't mean shit to me. I totally buy it.
Yes, they seem totally fine.
Seem trustworthy.
You lured
What
us
are
in here
they?
because you said you were being attacked by a monster. We haven't seen any
fine.
in here.
Lured you in here? I don't know what you're talking about. We haven't been out of this house in ages.
We saw you in the street.
Maybe something else lured us in here.
Are you guys adventurers? Have you come to help our parents? And
What
help
your parents
help
help
us?
with?
That's presumptuous, but maybe.
Well, our parents would always tell us that there's a monster in the basement, and
Oh god. I'll also wait back down.
they would every time they went and had to deal with him, they would lock us in our room. And well, one time they didn't come back.
Oh. Where are
And
your parents?
Poor little Thorn and I here perished, unfortunately. And it's around this time you see the littler brother is like playing with a toy, a little too roughly though. He's like throwing it up and down, and its arm like comes flying, or the rest of its body like severs from its arm, and he starts to like whimper. He's like, oh, 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 and then she goes, oh no, 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 it's okay. Don't worry. And she goes and grabs both pieces of the toy, and you see her cast her hand over it, and the toy magically mends itself back together.
I have that cantrip.
Oh, do you know magic?
Indeed I do. Might I inquire how long you two have been locked in a room?
It's hard to say. You kind of lose track of time when you're dead.
Oh, so you know you're dead. Oh, right, that's kind of obvious.
Unfortunately.
May I take your bodies and at least put them in the bed? At least to be comfier. A play on laying you to rest.
Oh, I mean,
it's not really a puzzler. I mean, do you want to be in your bed?
If you wish.
I mean, oh god, I didn't think you'd let me make the decision.
Go ahead.
Someone just thunderfucked their mic.
What's up? What are you guys doing?
Okay.
Whose bed is whose?
Well, that's my bed on the right, and that's my bed and that's Thorn's bed on the left.
Okay, so I take the little one, I put him in the left bed, and then take the big one and put it in the right bed.
So while he's doing that, children, do you know how to get down to the basement?
Maybe we should look at the house.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, exactly. Actually, look at the dollhouse.
Dollhouse.
Yeah, look.
It's
all right.
a replica of the real house.
We happen to have noticed.
So as you look at the dollhouse, you notice that there are actually tiny, like 100% detail miniature figures of you guys in the house.
I knew it.
God, look at my rippling muscles.
Oh.
But as you look as well, you see every inch of the house, any secret doors that happen to be there, and as well as well, yeah, I guess I could now. Hang on.
Asmovian, would you say you have a good memory?
I have an impeccable memory.
Oh, good. Because my
Good,
next
memorize
question
this
was
plan.
was gonna be like, yeah. If you want, I think you should, jot down all the plans of this house.
There you
I
go.
have been keeping detailed notes.
And I am a Minotaur, therefore I remember exactly where I came and where I went.
Now you guys can.
But it's always good to have a different person.
Now you guys can see all of the house. And
Boom, baby.
and learn of all of its secrets.
Yes.
It's around this time that Lancelot comes in. They go, "Oh my God, you have a dog!" And they're like,
You don't
yeah.
know this dog?
And they're playing with the dog.
Doesn't he live in your house? He's not yours?
Oh, no.
The dog's name is Bippin.
He must have been, he must have wandered in and gotten trapped in here like the rest of them.
The rest of
No.
What?
Well, we've had... Oh, whoops, I actually made Alara a, GM layer. There have been other adventurers who have come into the house to help, and they haven't really made it that far, or, well, they eventually kind of just disappeared.
So, has anything bad ever come into this room?
No, actually, with us being kind of locked up in here, I mean, we're able to roam around a bit, but not for too long before we're called back to our bodies, or our skeletons.
So
But
it would suffice to say this is a safe area?
yeah, you guys are welcome to stay here if you want, and rest, and we'll keep watch and make sure nobody can harm you. Nobody or nothing.
You know, for a dead kid, you are quite sharp.
I'm gonna do an insight check.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah. Oh wait.
So the first one was 8, but they are being totally sincere. Thorn comes over to Dogmeat and is like pulling on his loincloth and is like gesturing like he wants up.
Oh, yeah, of course, come up. Don't pull on the loincloth too hard. There's nothing underneath.
And he's just kind of like giggling and he's like, yay.
Yeah, you know what's underneath there, don't you? You have one too.
So yeah, do you guys want to take a rest and maybe even this would be a good point to stop for the night before you guys go down to the scary dungeon?
Oh shit.
Ooh.
Good call.
Ooh.
So
Probably a good.
Anyone recognize this?
What is it?
It's from Resident Evil 4. Whenever you go to like a save area.
Not enough cash, stranger.
Well, in the meantime, here, maybe my diary might be able to help you figure out what's been going on here.
It seems unusual to give someone your diary to read, does it not?
I just want to help you any way I can, especially.
Also, she's dead. It's not like she has secrets that she has to keep anymore.
Especially because I think our young littlest brother's in danger. We last.
The baby.
Yes, Walter. I think he was last seen with my mother taking him down to the basement.
How long ago was that?
No.
I'm sorry. I just have no concept of time. And she looks all sad that she doesn't know.
Were you alive?
We were alive when she went down there. And, and we...
Sorry, that was disrespectful.
We never saw her again.
yeah, based on the state of the bodies, how long do you think that'd be? I mean,
are they skeletons?
They're skeletons.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a fair amount of time.
Yeah.
Ooh. Anyone need to use the restroom? There's plenty in here. What is this, like a 5-bedroom?
Sorry? There's
a restroom in this world.
Yeah, there's one downstairs.
Yeah, the nearest restroom would be downstairs, but we can only keep you safe here.
Well, everybody's gotta hold it.
Yeah, I'll hold it.
All right. Any last questions you guys like before you nod off, or whatever you want to do?
So you said the last time you saw your mother, she was taking your baby brother to the downstairs to the basement.
Yes, and we were locked in our room again.
And where was your father during this? When was the last time you saw him?
Unfortunately, I don't know.
The dumb waiter.
I would assume that he went down with her to go and confront the monster. Although I don't know why they would take baby Walter.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah.
I do recall hearing screams coming from the 3rd floor before we were locked in our bedroom.
Scream.
It sounded like the nursemaid.
That might be hard to talk to her again.
Nursemaid.
I believe it's the woman that needed a therapy session.
Oh yeah, what? Were you in our nursemaid's room? Is that the woman you're
pretty
talking
sure,
about?
yeah.
Then yes.
Pretty sure, yeah. Anyone else?
I curl up next to the dog and get comfortable and ready to sleep.
Yeah, I curl up next to the dog too.
I curl up next to one of the skeletons on the bed.
Weirdo.
What? It's comfy.
Did you ask permission?
I don't need permission. They're dead.
Wow.
They're right here.
It's like around this time, as you're like slipping into the bed, you feel a like shock jolt through your body, and you like fall to the floor, and then you see Rose just like hand just kind of glowing, and she like puts it behind her back and is like hee hee.
All right, I think I'll lay here.
Asmovian's gonna set Asmovian Jr. on watch and then just lean against a wall and like shut their eyes down. Yeah.
Little girl,
Yeah.
might I move your body and sleep in the bed?
Why not?
See, look, it's that easy.
All right, you guys. No, don't worry. Me and Thorn are on the watch duty. Isn't that right? And you see Thorn just kind of like I don't know if I and
Before before I knock out, can I Oh, I guess never mind.
Is this gonna be a long rest?
yeah. I think you guys I think what do you guys want to do?
Yeah, I think
long rest, yeah.
I'm good.
We'll kind of a long rest.
Long rest time.
Yeah. I mean, there is no real time in this house, so there's nothing urgent or whatever. So yeah, you guys are good. You can mark long rest on all of your sheets, and when we come back, I'll tell you how that long rest went. And we will continue the search of the Durst house into the basement.
Fantastic.
Yeah, sounds great. This was spooky. Thanks, Tyler, for all the spooks.
All right, bye everyone. Wave bye to people on the stream. I'm gonna stop it.